Folks, the creepy Kentuckian is here from DEADPIT.com. Today, I've got packages upon packages to unbox for you guys. I've been buying a lot of stuff recently. Probably shouldn't have. I'm running out of room, as you can see. But I don't give a damn, boss. I don't care. I'll stack this stuff up to the ceiling. Double stack it if I have to. But I did get some packages in from Diabolic DVD and Vinegar Syndrome. It was the halfway sale box, which finally I got in. Honestly, I've been waiting for a little bit because I'm like, oh, Uncle Bill's surely going to get his shit in soon. But they're telling him after July 1st. So I'm like, I'm not hanging on to this shit and just sitting on it for a week or two or whatever. We're going to unbox it on this video here so you guys can check out what I picked up. Did I make a quality decision with these purchases or not? But first package up, Jesse Nelson over at Diabolic DVD, part of Cauldron Films as well. Had a big sale recently, some clearance items and stuff. A lot of this stuff, I don't really recall what the price was on it. It's pretty damn cheap. But let's go ahead and get this shit open and see what we've got. They've bubble wrapped all kinds of this stuff. So, this is about, I think, $60 worth. Maybe $65 worth of stuff. And oddly enough, some of this stuff I did not own. Let's get it all unbubbled here, and then we'll go through it. All right, total of 5 different releases from Diabolic DVD. First one up is one that we talked about recently. We talked about these movies on our Horror Media Hall of Fame show, which you guys definitely high recommendation in going and checking that out. But this is the single release, and this was like, I think it was $10 on sale, on clearance at Diabolic DVD. Hellbound Hellraiser 2. And this was a Blu-ray from 2019. 2K restoration. Loaded with special features. And it's one that I have the first Hellraiser on Anchor Bay Blu-ray, which is outdated, very old now. But I did not own the sequel, which a lot of hoity-toities out there think the sequel is better than the original. I like the sequel a lot. I think it's a good movie, but I would not go that far for sure. I'm thinking maybe people that are big Clive Barker, people that read and shit, are the ones that enjoy this movie. It's very faithful to the novel, which I give 0 fucks about. But it is a solid movie, and this is one that I did not have on Blu-ray or anything, so I was like, what the hell, let's pick it up for $10. Next one up, this was one that was on clearance as well, from Code Red. And the weird thing is I'm not sure what the history is with this one, because this totally feels like a Vinegar Syndrome slipcover. But they did a limited edition to only Diabolic DVD of Messiah of Evil with the slipcover. And this is totally like the matte spot gloss style. I don't know if you guys can tell there in the video. But this is one that I did not own at all. And I've heard Steve talk about this movie quite a bit. 1973. Has anybody out there seen Messiah of Evil? Let me know. And was this a quality choice of picking up? This was like, I think this was $14.99 or something like that. Probably the highest price one that I got. Another one, I think this was $10 as well. This is a Herschel Gordon Lewis joint, which I don't own a whole lot of Herschel Gordon Lewis's stuff, especially on Blu-ray. I don't know if I own much of anything else on Blu-ray, but I wanted to pick this one up since it was so cheap, and it's an Arrow title. I am, of course, big on Arrow Video. 1972 joint, The Gore Girls. This is one that was clearanced out. $10 on Diabolik. It's a 2018 Blu-ray release. I am sure a lot of his movies do not benefit that well to Blu-ray, but at the same time, it's a classic for sure. I didn't even have this in the DVD collection, I don't think. So this one was kind of a no-brainer to grab at that price. The Gore Girls. The next two up from Diabolik, and this was the last two. And I'd heard a lot of people talking about this because, and Uncle Bill and I both talked about on various shows and streams and stuff over the years. When are the older releases going to be marked down to the prices of the new ones? And these aren't quite that low, but I think they were like $15. And I thought it was time to finally grab them before they went out of print. And they both included the slipcover as well, if anybody is just down for the slipcover. The first one up here is Beyond Reanimator. And this was a sci-fi original sequel. It's not the best movie ever. I think this is from like 2002, 2003. But to complete the Reanimator collection properly, you gotta include it. It's not the best movie of all time, but still, for that price and just a beautiful, that green on the foil slipcover really pops. Really cool looking cover there. I have not seen this since the sci-fi debut in 2003. Don't remember it being that good, but at the same time, it is a part of the Reanimator franchise. So I grabbed that one, and you guys are going to be really disappointed in me with this one because I have this, but it's on that old Artisan DVD, which is also a double feature. And that is this is actually number 3 of the Vestron videos. Waxwork and Waxwork 2 Lost in Time. Waxwork is an all-time classic, anthology movie, if you will. Waxwork 2, I remember being pure garbage. But at the same time, at the price it was in, and I hear that these editions are all really, transfers are really good on them. I was like, sure, let's pick it up. So Waxwork and Waxwork 2 Lost in Time. Those are the releases from Diabolik. Got a big box here. We all know when we see this, we know what that is. This is Vinegar Syndrome. This is their halfway to Black Friday sale. And this is my haul. Cover some of that up. From the sale, I didn't pick up a whole lot, as you can tell. Usually the boxes are like double this size. As time and time goes on, like a lot of the Vinegar Syndrome titles, I'm not going to pick them up on a half off sale unless they're nearing sellout or it's something that I really want. So a couple of these you'll be like, yeah, no surprise. A couple more you'll probably be like, what the hell? But they were getting ready to sell out, or they have already sold out, so I picked them up at that price before it was too late. FOMO mania runs wild for physical media, brother. So anyway, let's dig into this package and see what we've got. And some of these I had added to the cart back in March. So that's the way that the halfway sale works sometimes, is you'll get your initial flash pre-sale that you'll put in March. And the actual sale isn't until the end of May. And you'll put that in, and then a lot of the times, 3 or 4 months later, you completely forgot what in the hell you ordered. And then it's like a surprise, man, when you open this stuff up. So, not nicely packaged and tight in there. Vinegar Syndrome always does just a fantastic packing of their titles, and I've got them here. And I'll have a nice shipping box to use at some point down the line. But I've got a total of 5 more from Vinegar Syndrome here. we're going to get into it, and all of them come with the slip covers, boys. Get excited. First one up, and this is a brand new one. I got in on this one title to be a part of that Flash pre-sale, brother, and to supposedly get this stuff really fast shipped to you, but it was still kind of slow. This one is one that I did not own on anything since, I think, DVD. I think there was a Boogeyman and Boogeyman 2 double feature DVD that I own that's somewhere deep in the archives of the storage building. But this is a 4K of 1980 slasher movie from director Uli Lamel, who has done a lot of garbage movies over the years. I don't really remember this one that much, but I'm a sucker for those early 80s slasher movies in particular. And this is The Boogeyman. He's coming to get ya. So yeah, 4K UHD, loaded up with special features as well, interviews and all that good stuff. It's absolutely jam-packed full. And this was one of the new ones for the halfway sale, The Boogeyman. And it's the only new one that I think I picked up. Next one up, guys, and I may have made a mistake picking this up. My memory of these movies may not be that accurate, but I think that I rented this back in the day. This one's from Culture Shock, 1987, Slashdance. And I remember this cover. I think I rented this in video stores. And that's primarily the only reason that I grabbed this. I'm like, yeah, this looks like some sort of cheesy shit that I would watch as a kid. I love the cover there, man. How ingenious is that with some of that underboobage right there. And the name Slashdance, man. How can you go wrong with Slashdance? It's also got a reverse of, I guess it's one of the alternate titles of Slashdance. It's Hollywood's New Blood, baby. And it's got the... if you want to showcase it as Hollywood's New Blood, if you rented it as that, or Slashdance, that's what I know it as. But I don't remember if this is any good or not. It's probably terrible, but I picked it up. Fuck it. Who cares? And another slasher movie. You guys notice a running theme here with some of these titles that I pick up. This is primarily what I go for with Vinegar Syndrome stuff. I'm a big slasher guy, always have been. And those are the movies that really got me into horror as a kid. And this is one that was directed by Joey from Friday the 13th, Part 5. You remember him?
Well, if that's the way you feel, forget it, Vic. Just forget it. But I think you're really out of line.
Yeah. And this one was filmed right after they made that movie. From 1986. This is a Blu-ray. Evil Laugh. And I know I've seen this. It's probably not the greatest either. But it's an 80s slasher movie. And Ashlyn Gear is in it as well. Who, if you were around the late 80s, early 90s, you remember her. I'm not going to say from what. But Ashlyn Gear was. Woo! And that is Evil Laugh. This next one here was one that was getting ready to sell out with the slipcover limited edition and everything. And this is one that I've been thinking about getting for years, but never did pick it up. Not for the movie that is on here, which I think is an adult film. It's Corruption. But Roger Watkins, the guy that directed this, also directed a little ditty known as Last House on Dead End Street, which has never really received any sort of official Blu-ray release or anything, aside from being a special hidden feature on this. And that's the only reason I picked this up. Vinegar Syndrome has been threatening us with a remastered version of the Last House on Dead End Street for years and years and years. I don't think it's ever coming. So I went ahead and picked this up. Now, this is an early 80s porn movie, I think. I think this is a porn movie. It's an erotic masterpiece, according to Vinegar Syndrome. But, yeah, if anybody's interested, special feature on corruption is Last House on Dead End Street. A part of the Vinegar Syndrome Rewards program was this slipcover for Mausoleum, which, it's not the greatest movie ever, let's be honest. But, you know, this was one that I didn't have a slipcover for, and I just grabbed it. It was free, essentially. And the last one, and I told Uncle Bill I probably wasn't going to get this, but I lied to him because it was getting ready to sell out. And I do love this movie quite a bit. And I'm collecting all of these VSU releases. This is Roadhouse. This one sold completely out in that last sale. It sold out pretty quickly. I had to get it, man. I've seen this movie a gazillion times. I don't know when I'll watch it again or anything. But geez, this was like, you know, and I love how these VSUs are set up as well. So, I picked that one up too. It is now long sold out, but I have it as a part of the VSU line. It's the 4th VSU. So that is it, guys. That is this big, massive haul of goodies that I picked up. It's a haul of goodies. And appreciate you guys watching. We will be back with more videos and everything soon. Also, check this DVD out on Patreon and soon again on grindhousevideo.com. It is Into the Pit, the shocking story of DEADPIT.com. So until next time, I'm the Creepy Kentuckian, and I want you guys to keep it creepy over at DEADPIT Radio. Woo, DEADPIT.com. Give us the thumbs up.
Up your butts.
Like, subscribe. And if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do or
I
don't.
want you to. I want you to.
I don't care.
Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up. Subscribe. And click that bell.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit Radio shirts. You can get Last South on the Left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're gonna love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. Dead Pit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.